I grew up in a Wallace Neff house, the Getz house, and I was exposed to something simple as molding. Well, what is molding in a house? Well, it does an amazing thing to a house, you know. So I have this affinity for it, and also I cared enough about the styles to explore them, to understand them, to know what works in a specific style. And the thing that I was looking at, the 70s, the mistake a lot of people have made is they don't bother to open a book. They can't even just open a book and look at, okay, I'm going to do a Mediterranean house. We were just talking about Mediterranean houses. Open a book. Take a drive to Santa Barbara. Walk down State Street. Take a look at the details, how it's done. It's actually very simple. But actually, be able to synthesize it and make something in a specific style, make it look like it's timeless. And I know that's a cliche.
And some cities have a cohesive design, and you can watch a city develop over time, right? And a city is made up of individual areas, and each individual area is made up of individual houses and businesses and buildings. But you look at a city like Los Angeles, and every trend, every hey, let's try this, has come to Los Angeles. As a creator, as an architect, as a creative, when you look at that, how do you have to rein yourself in and say, when it comes to trends, when it comes like the Mediterraneans in the 70s and early 80s, do you have to rein yourself in, or do you think your style is more of a classical sense, so that doesn't really even affect you?
Exactly. I look farther back than those do, and they tend to, like I said, they don't open a book. They don't kind of do the research on it, and so they think something looks Mediterranean because they throw a little tile on it, and then put some stucco and tile, and it's fine. But basically, a bunch of rooms with a roof stuck on them. It's the key is the plan, the section through the building, and the elevations all have to be designed at the same time. If they're not designed at the same time, then you get the mishmash that you see out there, and you just have to understand what makes that style work. And that's sometimes I'll just go through my library and I'll look at a Wallace Neff plan. If I'm trying to figure out something that doesn't quite work, what did he do? And you really have to look back through history. What did people do? Now, I'm not going to copy his plan, but I'm going to see how his ideas made that house work. And I mean not just the plan, but how that plan's reflected in the elevation and the sequence of going through the spaces.
Oh,